Hello, my name is Cynthia Harder, and this is my course reflection for EDAC 631 Spring 2024 with Dr. Chang. I learned a great deal from this course. I learned about the designations and differences between formal, informal, and non-formal education. I also learned about some of the different philosophical approaches to education. In particular, I looked at the humanistic perspective. I also enjoyed learning about the Highlander education model and thinking about how I could potentially implement some of their philosophies and techniques into my own practice. My favorite assignment was the history paper. I did mine over the 1960s. I have always been fascinated by that time period. It just seems like such a pivotal and transformative time in our social, political, and educational history. Here in the US at least. Adult and community education became a national priority during that time, and through legislation, that was really one of the first times that the government really started to get highly involved with adult and community education. So I thought that was really interesting as well. I also enjoyed doing the adult education and practice group project. Our group, I thought, worked really well together, and it was probably one of the more pleasant group experiences that I've had, especially because we had to coordinate 5 of us total remotely. So I thought that was really nice. I think it is important to see various examples of adult education and practice, especially because there's such a diverse array and wide variety of ways that you can practice adult and community education. And I think it's really nice to hear firsthand from people doing it rather than just learning about it passively. I really appreciated learning about how adult and community education impacts communities, particularly immigrants, and learning about the best practices for helping immigrants integrate into a community, and also, in particular, helping the community learn to understand and accept and not be afraid of people immigrating, because it really can add a lot and make your community stronger, I believe. I was most surprised by learning about military education and history. I really had no idea how influential adult education adult education, like things like the GI Bill, were. I don't know if we would really have the kind of modern um, adult education, especially formal opportunities that we do now without those sorts of things. So it was really interesting to learn about that, especially because I really don't have much knowledge on the military or military education, especially. So that was really interesting. Um, Although I was only able to attend one of the Zoom meetings, I really enjoyed the one that I did participate in, the last one that we had in the class. It definitely enhanced my learning. My classmates brought very interesting and insightful points of view to various topics, but particularly we talked about professionalism. And I really like that we have that Zoom option available. And if I could go back in the class, I probably would have tried to participate in more of them. Overall, I really enjoyed the course and the readings. I can't think of anything I would change really about the course in general, other than the course blog. I totally understand, and I think it's great that we want to have like an archive of all of the assignments so we can look, future classes can look back or we can access them at a later time, which isn't always possible on Canvas, especially once you leave school. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like there has to be a better format than Blogger. I liked that if we had trouble, that the instructor or assistant would help post our assignments to the blog. But I just don't like feeling like I can't do something myself. And usually I'm fairly decent in navigating technological issues. So I don't know what the problem was. I really didn't enjoy the Blogger aspect. Um, for future students, I would suggest doing the Zoom meetings if you can. I really like I said, this was an option, and I enjoyed it and learned way more than I thought I would. It really helped me like absorb what I had learned by talking about it and hearing other people's perspectives. Also, I really appreciate that Dr. Chang is very understanding of the fact that we ourselves are adult learners. And I would say if you have any trouble with anything, don't hesitate to reach out to her, because I definitely did, and she's just very understanding and kind about everything. So those would be my suggestions. That's my reflection, and thanks for a great semester, everyone.